Hello everyone, I'm César Dueñas, an attorney at CMD Attorneys. Today we're going to explore the various types of visas available under the U.S. immigration law. We're going to list these visas in alphabetical order, so please stay until the end of the video to see if there's any visa for which you may qualify. A visas for diplomats and officials from foreign countries. If you're a diplomat or a government official coming to the U.S. on official business, you may qualify for an A visa. This includes the A1 for ambassadors and diplomats, A2 for other government officials, and A3 for attendants, servants, or personal employees of an A1 and A2 visa holders. Asylum. If you are fleeing your country due to persecution, race, religion, nationality, membership in a particular social group, or due to your political opinion, you may seek asylum in the U.S. This process allows you to stay in the U.S. and to apply for a permanent resident or green card. B2 or visitor visas. If you want to visit the U.S. for tourism, medical treatment, or business activities that do not involve employment, the B visas are for you. B1 visa is for business visitors, and the B2 visa is for tourists. C visas or transit visas. These visas are for those passing through the U.S. on their way to another country, and there are C1 for general transit and C2 for transit to the United Nations. D visas or crew member visas. If you work on a sea vessel or an international airline traveling to the U.S., the D visa for crew members will be applicable to you if you're in the U.S. just temporarily. E visas or treaty trade and investor visas are for nationals of countries that have a treaty of commerce with the U.S. The E visas are the following: E1 visa for treaty traders and the E2 visa for treaty investors. There's also the E3 visa for Australian specialty occupation workers. Now, the EB visas or Employment-Based Immigrant Visas for those looking to immigrate permanently to the U.S. based on their job skills, and these EB visas are the following: EB1 visa for individuals with extraordinary ability, outstanding professors and researchers, and multinational executive and managers. EB2 visa for professionals holding an advanced degree or possessing exceptional ability in their field, and EB3 visas for skilled workers, professional, and other workers. F visas or student visas. If you're planning to study at the U.S. in college, university, high school, or language training, the F1 visa is for you. For dependents of an F1 visa holder, there's an F2 visa. Family petitions by U.S. citizens. If you're a U.S. citizen, you can petition for your family members to join you in the U.S. This includes immediate family members or for spouses on children under 21 and parents as well as siblings. G visas or international organization visas. If you're employed by an international organization or are representative of a foreign government to such an organization, you may qualify for the G visa, which includes G1 to G5 depending on your particular role. H visas or temporary worker visas. If you're coming to the U.S. for work on a temporary basis, there are several H visas. H1B, very common, is for specialty occupation. H1B1 is for nationals of Chile and Singapore, and H2A is for agricultural workers. H2B is for non-agricultural workers, and H3 is for trainees and certain exchange visitors. I visas are for journalists, media personnel, and allows these individuals to enter the U.S. for reporting or media purposes. J visas or exchange visitor visas. If you're participating in an approved cultural exchange program, the J visas are for you. The J1 visa is for exchange visitors, while the J2 visa is for dependents of a J1 visa holder. K visas or fiancé and spouse visas. If you're engaged to a U.S. citizen and planning to marry in the U.S., the K visa is for you. It's applicable for fiancés. The K2 visa covers their children. And for spouses of U.S. citizens, the K3 visa is available as well. The K4 visa is for their children. L visas or intra-company transferee visas. If you're an executive, manager, or employee with a specialized knowledge being transferred to the U.S. from a foreign office of the same company, the L visa is for you. The L2 visa is for dependents of an L1 visa holder. M visas or vocational student visas are for those looking to pursue vocational or non-academic training. M1 visa is for the principal applicant, and M2 visa is for dependents. NATO visas. If you're a member of a NATO country or representing, then NATO 1 to NATO 7 will be an available visa for you depending on your position. O visas or extraordinary ability visas are for people who possess extraordinary abilities in arts, education, business, athletics, or similar areas. The O1 visa holder is for the main applicant, and then O3 visa is for their dependents. P visas are for athletes and artists and entertainers. If you're an athlete or an artist or an entertainer, the P visa might be a good fit for you. The P1 visa is for internationally recognized individuals or teams, and P2 is for artists and entertainers in reciprocal program exchange programs, while the P3 is for those performing, teaching, or coaching under a culturally unique program. Q visas, similar which cultural exchange program visas, are for participants in these programs that has been designated by the Department of State. R visas or religious workers visas are for those who are coming to the U.S. as ministers or to provide religious services. There's R visa for the principal applicant and R2 visa for the dependents. S visas for witness and informant apply to those who have critical information to U.S. law enforcement, and these include S5 for witnesses and S6 for informants. T visas for victims of human trafficking. If you're a victim of human trafficking, the T visa provides protection and the opportunity to remain in the U.S. temporarily. TM visas for those from the NAFTA professionals or USCM treaty now are for those from Canada and Mexico, and there's a list of professions that you may qualify, like if you're within those professions. Then U visa is for those who have been victim of a crime and they have cooperated with law enforcement. VAWA, if you're a victim of domestic violence and the person who is abusing you is a U.S. citizen or green card holder, you might be able to get help through VAWA. This law helps spouses, children, and parents of U.S. citizens as well as green card holders to obtain a green card through this application. Each of these visa categories has specific requirements and processes. At CMD Attorneys, we can help you navigate these options and choose the best path for your situation. If you have any questions or need more information on a particular visa, please leave a comment below and we'll be happy to help you clarify any points and address any of your concerns. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video so we can provide you with more useful legal tips. Thank you for watching.